If you go on YouTube, you'll find a lot of videos talking about the different subgenres of heavy metal. You got your basics: power metal, thrash metal, black metal, death metal. That's easy listening, lame-o Baldy's basics. All these videos fail to mention the best metal genre: evil disco. This is Static X, a band formed in 1995 and is the first and only evil disco type band. To the uncultured individual, it may seem like their sound is not actually that unique enough to warrant an entirely new genre, but for someone like me, there really is no other way to describe it, okay? I don't want to see a single comment saying that evil disco isn't a real music genre. That also includes evil jazz, nefarious folk, or immoral dubstep. Wikipedia says they're an industrial metal band, but I know the truth. The front man of the band is Wayne Otsego Static. Don't look up if that's his real name, just trust me. From an early age, Wayne knew that he had to rise above all this bull-crap music that was releasing around him. The Bee Gees, ABBA, KC and the Sunshine Band, get that garbage out of my Spotify Smart Shuffle. This is boring old righteous disco. I want to listen to this kind of music, except it's a little more mischievous. Something that'll make your mommy call her ministering brothers to perform a home dedication.
What's up, guys? How's it going?
Good.
Well, thank you guys.
Wayne teamed up with Koichi Fukuda, laying down some truly evil riffs. You got Tony Campos bassing it up, as the kids say. And Ken J. No one cares about the drummer. Let's just say these delinquents weren't exactly Donna Summer fans. With the band assembled, it was time to release their debut album, Wisconsin Death Trip.
It says here that you are from Wisconsin, famed for its production of cheese.
I was -4 years old when this album dropped, March 23rd, 1999. This was the day Terrorizer turned 6 years old. You remember Terrorizer, the guy in the Vanoss videos that did the funny Arnold Schwarzenegger impression?
Oh, stop whining, get the chopper. No.
That was Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I started listening to Static X in high school, and this is the album that got me hooked. I was thrashing to this bit in Miss Norwood's English class. Sorry if my disco is too evil for you.
Yeah, you tell him, Mr. J.
Bled for days? I'm with Stupid, Push It, I Am. This album was a certified classic. It was so simplistic yet so dynamic. Wayne's vocals had a lot of interesting rhythm to them, and the electronic elements gave their sound so much personality and distinction. Oh, also the name Wisconsin Death Trip comes from some book or something. No one really cares though. If you like reading, you probably like Donna Summer too. Some of the songs from this album were used in films such as Idle Hands, Torque, Valentine, Bride of Chucky, and Universal Soldier: The Return. What's that? You've never heard of any of these movies? You must not be a real evil disco fan like me then. I'm not going to go over every commercial release Static X has made because honestly, up until the band broke up in 2010, they were never really able to capture the magic of Wisconsin Death Trip. I would give every other record like a 6 out of 10 except Shadow Zone and maybe Cannibal, which are a strong to light 7. 2001's Machine was their next album. So they were in the middle of touring, riding the wave of their highly successful debut, when Wayne, the opportunist that he is, decided that now was the best time to begin writing their next album. The other members of the band wanted to focus on the tour, but Mr. Static was just too dang inspired. Machine was pretty much entirely written by Wayne, which upset the other band members who worked collaboratively on Wisconsin Death Trip. This was probably the cause of Fukuda cutting ties with the band. He was replaced by Trip Eisen, whose real name is Rex Salvador, which is a way cooler name, but whatever.
Warburton, L. Gooding, Splat.
Ken was replaced by Nick Oshiro, who was coming from a South African band, Saron Gas. Not to be confused with Sarin Gas. Very common mistake. Fukuda came back because Trip got caught diddling in 2005.
STD is what they being tested. I'm so close to the minors got arrested.
Wayne was teasing solo projects, and Tony left in 2009 to be in the band Soulfly with Sepultura's Max Cavalera, which again is probably not his real name. All of this culminated into the band eventually being unofficially disbanded after their 7th commercial album, 2009's Cult of Static.
If you've been taught that our church is a cult, you may want to take a step back and analyze why you've been taught that.
I see what I gotta do. Angels! You just gotta juke them. Dummy, idiots!
Hey Mario, that big old 500 pounds.
But what caused the band to go into this hiatus?
Get Dare in your kid's school too by visiting Country Style Donuts. Purchase the Dare Bear and show you care. Proceeds go to Dare in your community.
No way, this guy did drugs? Like all famous people, Wayne Static was a crippling addict to illegal substances. He also married a porn star named Tara Ray Static, who I'm pretty sure also plays Pomni in The Amazing Digital Circus.
That voice actress. Hold up. Who voiced this character?
Who are you people?
And have they ever voice acted in something slightly more Rule 34?
Okay, so in 2012, after the band had broken up, Wayne wanted to go on tour under the name Static X, even though none of the original band members were together, and Tony Campos owned partial royalties to the band and its music. His solo projects weren't doing very well, so he asked Tony if he could use the band's name for this cash grab tour in order to, quote, dupe the fans. And Tony apparently agreed to this for some reason. This Wayne Static solo act posing as Static X was cut short because it turns out that possession of illegal drugs is against the law. They pretended that the tour was canceled due to Wayne getting a really bad tummy ache, but it was actually because Wayne had never read D&C 89. Drugs would continue to eat away at Wayne's health, and eventually Wayne Static would pass away due to a drug overdose on November 1st, 2014. His wife claimed that his death wasn't due to drug abuse because he quit drugs in 2009. Okay, Tara, we definitely believe you.
You're old enough to be my dad.
2 years later, Tara Ray committed self-unalive, as the YouTubers say. Tony, Fukuda, Nick, they all went on with their lives, independently carrying on the legacy of Evil Disco. And thus ends the story of Static X. Wait a minute. That's right, Static X is back, more eviler and more discoer than ever before. And how is this possible, you may be wondering? In 2019, Tony Campos, Koichi Fukuda, and Ken J came back to tour in the name of Evil Disco to celebrate Wisconsin Death Trip's 20th anniversary. The band's original lineup returned, but who was going to be lead vocals? Enter Zero. Wayne Static is back, in Pog form. No, he didn't reanimate his corpse. There's been enough Paranorman references already. There was understandably mixed reception to having the band come back with an unidentified person cosplaying as their late frontman. But the other members said that it fit Wayne's terrifically morbid sense of humor. This new character immortalizes Wayne as the face of Static X, which was definitely the best move they could have done if they wanted to get the band back together again.
Hey, face with the mustache, get the f*** out of here.
They call him Zero because there is zero chance this is going to be any good. This is the best thing I've ever experienced in my life. Holy for holies, Batman. Project Regeneration Part 1. This is the best thing they've put out since Wisconsin Death Trip 21 years earlier. It features recycled material recorded by Wayne himself, as well as the help from bands such as Disturbed, Ministry, Five Finger Death Punch, Fear Factory. This really was the Avengers Endgame of nu metal albums. I'm not sure what any of these people did, but it turned out great. And in January 2024, almost 10 years after Wayne died, they released Part 2. And I'll be honest, guys, it's even better than the first one! I remember listening to Project Regeneration Volume 2 for the first time. I was drawing this picture, and I was barely able to focus because the disco was just so evil. But just who is this mysterious new frontman? It's Edsel Dope from the band Dope. He denied it at first, but come on, we can recognize that Fizzaroli type voice anywhere.
Sick of all the losers and all their lies. This nonsense mostly doesn't mean a thing, but listen closely, maybe it explains everything.
Also, using a 0 for the O in the word zero has already been done. People still act like Dope himself hasn't confirmed it, but he's already said that it's him. Like, there's no need to conduct a 4chan level investigation anymore.
Shape. You know, those hips don't lie. Look at those hips right there. Kablupo, right? If we're going off hips alone, this is him.
I think Mr. Dope is doing a pretty good job at emulating Wayne's signature style of screeching. Good job there, Edsel. You done good.
What the? Is this snow? Is this Nightmare Before Christmas?
So what's next for the old Statigo Watsigo? I'm hoping they continue to make music. Hopefully it doesn't take another 4 years for that to happen, though. There's a documentary in the works about the history of the band. It's probably not going to be as good as this video, but it's cute that they tried. The better question is, will anyone ever watch the videos I make?